Fáilte Road, go Park and Croquet, Creve Park Common Luke Class Gael, August, Hig Clehe Canish Pelna Hearn. It's a privilege for me to welcome Channel 4 viewers to today's All-Ireland finals, to the senior final between the newcomers from the northwest in Donegal, who've never won the title before and indeed have never appeared in an All-Ireland senior final before, and Dublin, with an outstanding tradition that has brought them over 20 titles at senior level and has brought them a multitude of successes at other levels. And to the minors of Armagh, who haven't won the All-Ireland minor title since 1947, and to Meath, who's been the outstanding Gaelic team in our association over the last decade. Today, they clash in what should be a great minor game, two great powerful teams. But ultimately, all of us in the GAA, we want to play in the All-Ireland senior final. Only a minority ever get to do it. To all of you who are watching today's game, I hope you enjoy the emotion, the nostalgia, almost the fanaticism, which accompanies the All-Ireland senior football final. And I hope that all of you will enjoy the telecast of these two games. By Fáilte Road Arashi Nairn, Gormila Mayagov.
Hello and welcome to you. Well, the first thing I can tell you if you're watching us from far away is that it's an absolutely perfect day for football here in Dublin today. September perhaps hasn't been blessed with the best of weather this summer of 1992. Well, maybe Brian McInniff has some special influence for the appearance of his side in their first All-Ireland final, but the sun is shining here today and really not a puff of wind to speak of. And so then the signs are good for a great All-Ireland final later on, but also remember the minors of Armagh and Meath coming up first. Well, in our programme this afternoon, for the next 3/4 of an hour, we'll be building up to the minor match, live action from that, of course, and then leading us on later on in the afternoon to the senior game itself. So, new rivals very much then in this year's All-Ireland final between Dublin and Donegal. And the first thing perhaps we'll do for you on the programme this afternoon is get a little bit of a flavour of both of them in action this year. Now, it hasn't been a great year, I suppose, for goals in the championship, but some great football to remember nonetheless.
Knocked away. Tactic by Dublin. Knocking it down to them. Wing forwards and corner forwards. Busy foul. To Vinnie Murphy. To the inside. Oh, what a marvellous goal! Vinnie Murphy!
Anthony Malloy getting the support there from Matt Gallagher. Not the tallest of full-backs, but an effective one nonetheless. James McHugh inside, trailing by 2 points. Is it to be another disappointing day for Donegal? Not if Martin McHugh has his way. Manus Boyle comes down. Flanagan fisting it away, but only as far as Boyle again. This is a chance.
Keith Barr knocking it away to Ted Sheedy. Dublin settling into a rhythm now. Gives it to Paul Clark. Going for a point, and that's a marvellous score.
Trying to round Barry Cunningham. Bell to the cross. Cut out brilliantly by Martin Gadigan. On towards Anthony Malloy, the team captain, crossing the 65-metre line. Down towards Tony Boyle. Boyle trying to sneak inside the cover of Peter Ford. Still Tony Boyle going for a score, and he's put it over the bar.
We can't forget the backroom boys and the bossman Brian McNiff. He spent 20 years of toil and fears with those words, if only if. To get our first All-Ireland, we must win one more match. If it comes our way, we all can say it's Donegal's best catch. everybody knows. We're in our first All-Ireland, and we won't give up till we cross the bridge at Lifford with the Sam Maguire Cup. We'll be walking tall in Donegal with the Sam Maguire Cup.
In latter years, the success of our international soccer team got the entire country going, but our national game is somewhat different than soccer. It's more akin to the type of people that we are, and particularly here along the western seaboard. It's attached to our culture and our language, which is very much part of our county here, and it embraces the entire county from young to the very, very, very old. And embodied in our game is the Irish heritage itself and the very culture that we believe in.
We need it badly. It's been 9 years, Kevin, since we had one. It's only been 7 years since we were in one, but we lost 2 on the trot there. So it's important for the city, I think, to have one.
Naturally enough, as a player, I would like to have actually led the team onto Croke Park, but as a manager, I suppose it's the next best thing. And with the set of boys I have, on which I just feel like a father to them, it's going to be a very, very special day for us all here.
There's absolutely no comparison, because you can kick it out of your system when you're playing, but now it's with you right through the game and right to the end until you leave the ground and go and have a pint and sit down and relax.
It's an amateur sport, but I can tell you as a man that would have played some soccer to League of Ireland standards, I would say that it's very professionally run, because it has to be professionally run. We have given it some nights, 4 nights a week, and not to talk about weekend sessions, so maybe to those people outside that don't totally appreciate what's involved, it is a very professionally run organisation.
I think this Dublin team are quite good. I think a win would make them a very good team. That's what they need, a bit of confidence, and that's what a win would bring for them.
The people that are lucky enough to get tickets, it's great, but to the people that are going up just for the occasion, it's great. But having lived in Toronto for a lot of years and knowing what it's like to be away from home, I can feel for the people in Toronto, New York, San Francisco, as far south as New Zealand and Australia, and all over the world. In Brazil, I actually heard them interviewed there recently, the people in Brazil. To them, I feel very sorry for, and on Sunday we will do our bit to make sure that they're more than satisfied after 5 o'clock on Sunday.
That's a magnificent occasion, and the atmosphere is tremendous. You know, it's I don't think I've probably maybe an Old Firm game has been the closest to this.
Yes, and all Donegal seem to be here, Pat. Tickets or no tickets?
Yes, I think there's nobody left in Donegal. There'll probably be chaos going down the border tonight, but it's a great occasion for our county, and it's something we all dreamed of, and it's happened, and we're going to enjoy it no matter what.
Yes, sir. Would you like to be playing?
I would, although I'm enjoying being here as a fan, but certainly you've got to think about when you, as a player, and looking at people out there playing, you would say, well, how could I do this, or could I do that better, and that's the way you think as a player, you know.
Jim Carney there talking to Packy Bonner. But right now, though, it's time for us to hand over to our commentary team for the Shears All-Ireland Senior Football Final. Colin O'Rourke is joined in the commentary box with Gerard Canning.
And so Dublin is tradition now, of course, taking up their position just in front of their loyal fans down there near Hill 16. So take a check on the teams then, and the Leinster champions and favourites today name an unchanged 15 from that which started against Clare. Dave Foran, substituted then and subsequently suspended, is back alongside Paul Clark in the Dublin midfield. Foran, who played in the 1979 All-Ireland final, one of 5 players with previous senior final experience, the others being John O'Leary, fullback Jerry Hargan, the captain Tommy Carr, and the wing forward and free taker, of course, Charlie Redmond. Indeed, free taking may well be one of the key skills in today's showdown, a real test of nerve and resolve on such a high pressure occasion. Dublin needing a much tighter display from their full-backs, dominance you feel from the halves, and at least an even pull at midfield to set up the chances for their forwards. So Dublin then continuing their preparations in splendid sunshine. Meanwhile, the Donegal team, we got that terrific welcoming ovation from their fans, and with Martin Shoblin's withdrawal through injury, Donegal now show 2 changes from the team that started against Mayo. John Joe Doherty is introduced into the backs, while Manus Boyle takes up duty at number 15. Positional switches show James McHugh listed at right half forward, alongside his brother Martin, with Joyce McMullen completing the half forward line. McMullen happy to be recalled to the side following his substitution against Mayo, while Manus Boyle from Killybegs is positioned at left corner forward. And the referee this afternoon, Tommy Sugru. And at this moment, can we send greetings to viewers watching this in all parts of America, indeed in all parts of the globe. Wherever you're watching these pictures, we hope you feel part of the very special atmosphere on All-Ireland football final day.
Our national anthem, Our All the Being, will now be sung by Finbar Rice.